This is Josiah Plays Tyranny. Second playthrough. Alright, we're talking to Graven Ash. And he said some shit about honoring the court, sort of camaraderie. Let's see, what does my character think about this situation? Sworn duty? Nah. You all done bickering? I have an edict to proclaim.
My dear Binder, we won't be done bickering until the last of Ash's hair falls out. We'll pause for you to read your little missive. Go on, don't keep us all in suspense.
It seemed only yesterday you were proving your worth in battle, assisting my warriors in the siege of the bastard city. Now Kairos has chosen you for a second time to proclaim an edict. Tell us, good Fatebinder, what sort of punishment does the Overlord have in store for the Oathbreakers?
The bastard city, now the site of Tunon's court in the Tears, was taken in the first year of the conquest, in concerted effort between the Disfavored and Scarlet Chorus. The first and last battle wherein the two armies acted in relative harmony. But there were many battles in which they acted in relative bone thugs. When it came time to strike the city, you accompanied the Disfavored into battle. And though the Legion is normally loath to accept guests in its ranks, you distinguished yourself and won the respect of many in the Legion. Apparently, Graven Ash is one of them. We've got some favor building up here. Alright, let's see. I love the "in honor of your incompetence and disarray" line. I think last time I said number 2. In honor of your incompetence and disarray, the edict will execute every living thing in this valley, unless Ascension Hall is taken by Kairos' Day of Swords. Taken by me. The earth sways with each word you utter, the air thickening with warmth as you pronounce the tersely phrased commandment, its every syllable drafted by the hand of Kairos. With the edict proclaimed, your pulse quickens and the muscles in your legs, worn from a long trip down the mountains, feel renewed, the tired limbs now nearly buoyant with vigor. Oh, some important shit just happened. Edict got read.
The Overlord means to compel us into action. No doubt the avalanches in the mountains are part of this ultimatum. We must conquer the Oathbreakers or die in failure. There is no room for error, and no other way out of this valley alive. We'll need to advance across the Matani. We lose everything if we stand still, and we move to backup Plan Green. The Earthshakers didn't make it over the mountain in time, so we do this the hard way, over the walls instead of through.
I like how nobody ever specifies what backup plan green is, or how many other colors of plans there are. Like, where do I get the chart showing me the plans and the different colors? The Archon of War taps a finger against his temple. A low rumble escapes from under his beard.
So, you found your backbone at last! Oh, we were worried past humiliations would make you soft, timid. That was a record for you, right? The baker's dozen lost in one sortie. If you had waited for the chorus reinforcements, maybe we'd have eyes and ears on the matter.
The Archon of Secrets passes his scepter from one hand to the next, chuckling softly with each toss. You hear the voices in your head.
Watch him squirm. So many tears over replaceable, expendable, useless soldiers. I miss the old Archon of War. You'd never see Blood Echo in a blubbering mess over a few dead killers. He'd use the knuckle bones of his best disciples for jewelry, and even made a breastplate out of his dead brother's ribcage, because that's how a real man deals with grief.
Old Blood Echo, he was not a fucking shit churro. Are you too daft? Bicker all you wish. You're just wasting valuable time. Voices in Rat and Blood Echo clearly had some serious bromance going on.
The Fatebinder is right. We're acting not as leaders, but as children. I've no time for your foolish japes and petty taunts. We should focus on the objective at hand, and that is taking the Mittani River, and then advancing to Ascension Hall and ending this edict.
Enough talking. There's work to be done. My lord, Barrick and his band have been drilled on the Echo Call assault plan. The Crescent Runners should be briefing him as we speak regarding the latest enemy movements along the river. I will dispatch him at once. The Iron Marshal salutes, clapping her. Literally, I mean, everyone that has a gauntlet and a breastplate claps that shit. And everyone that has a staff, or object like a staff, slams that shit into the ground. Come on. Though you know him only by name, Barrick is a commander of the Stone Shields and well regarded by the disfavored High Command. And he's a shit churro.
And I will ensure the chorus stands ready to march. If the disfavored can take the river, the chorus has the manpower to secure the outer ring of the valley.
Fifth Eye's a creepo.
Our soldiers clamor for battle, and at last we shall have it. Verse, we command you to continue guarding the Fatebinder. Tunon's chosen is our honored guest, and must be shown our finest hospitality.
I won't let you down, boss. He'll get through the campaign in one piece, as long as he doesn't do anything too stupid.
The Archon twirls his scepter one last time, then taps the Fifth Eye on the shoulder and the two depart. You hear the voices in your head.
Suit yourself, Fatebinder. The more you ignore us.
Finally, the fool and his puppet are gone. Perhaps now I can hear myself think. Rarely do I question Kairos' judgment, but I will never understand why the voices of Narot is given such authority. I shudder to think what will become of us all should Tunon favor him in the end.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. In the end, you and Hay are both going to be dead.
Though the edict threatens the Scarlet Chorus just as it threatens us, I cannot shake the feeling that our allies will work against us. Queenslayer, I would ask that you join us in battle, if only for the satisfaction of your presence enraging the enemy. If you wish to be counted amongst the glorious, speak with the Iron Marshal. She will direct the order of battle until we are ready for the final push into the Citadel.
Counted amongst the glorious sounds good. I'm short a few scouts, short a few soldiers, short a few everything. I'm sure my brethren would be grateful for the assistance of a skilled outsider. Gotta glare silently. Can't not do it. The Iron Marshal salutes Graven Ash, then turns to leave the tent. I will be at the training grounds, readying the soldiers. Find me there when you are ready. She pauses, clearing her throat. Though I am loath to mention it, the chorus could likely use your assistance. They certainly won't secure the outer valley on their own. Fifth Eye will be somewhere in that rat's nest they call a camp, due east. Seek him out, if you must. Alright, see you later, Iron Marshal. Verse, loyalty, ability, death from Abyssal. Also known as death from above. Death from Abyssal. Conqueror's Will. Echo Call Crossing must be taken before Kairos' forces can press their attack on the Vendrian's Well Citadel. Help the disfavored subdue the rebels and take control of the crossing. Speak with Iron Marshal Arenios. Speak with the Iron Marshal at the disfavored camp to discuss how you should approach the battle for Echo Call Crossing. Taking the outer valley. The outer valley. And the Scarlet Chorus are currently attempting to secure the outer ring of Vendrian's Well. You'll need to help them deal with rebel forces in the area before Kairos' armies may safely march upon the Citadel. Speak with Fifth Eye at the Scarlet Chorus camp. When you met with the Archons, you learned that the Scarlet Chorus has an ongoing operation in Tripnettle, which hasn't proven successful. Speak with the Fifth Eye at the Scarlet Chorus camp and see what you can do to assist. You announced Kairos' edict to Graven Ash and the Voices of Narad, but whether they actually begin working together remains to be seen. Spoiler alert, they don't. Alright, well here I'm gonna loot some
Good
shit.
thing I keep a torsion wrench handy.
Iron Walker gauntlets. This battle report from Echo Call Crossing blames the failure of the assault on the village on the Scarlet Chorus. Apparently their scouts failed to report critical intelligence about the enemy composition. Oh, let me guess, it's always the Scarlet Chorus's fault. Always the SCF.
They won't see me coming.
Anything else hidden in here? Alright, Graven Ash. Let's talk some more. We ain't done. We ain't done, son. The Archon of War lets out a long sigh as he surveys the maps and models splayed about his desk. He glances over his shoulder, making brief eye contact with you, furrows his brow, and turns back to his contemplation. Then he bangs his staff into the ground while simultaneously banging his fist into his chest at the same time. When I heard the Quakebringer was Tunan's chosen, I had a sneaking suspicion it was to pass another execution. I've grown very tired of being right. Quakebringer. Reddit. I'll remain silent. Begone from my tent! I tire of these endless distractions! I have important matters that require my attention. Speak with the Iron Marshal at the trading fields. Alright. Fine then. Bye. Off we go. Shit Churro is the new booty in the pants. Too bad Shit Churro is not a song. Because, man, that would be a great song. I like churros. Just not with shit in them. So that needs to be said. I like churros, but not when they're full of shit. Alright. How long is the loading screen? Alright, time to go get Barrick. Oh, Sevius is here. I forgot about this guy.
What do you mean you haven't heard from Commander Ironcore? It's been a full span since we sent word to him.
Last we heard, Master Radix said to keep an eye on the northeastern pass, that he'd be coming through there.
For the mercy of Kairos, we don't have the soldiers to send hunting through the trees for our own damn Earthshakers.
Or do we? Thanks, ScumSave. How's it going, ScumSave? Good to see ya.
Fatebinder Valgard, am I right? I'm Sevius, Commander and 3rd Generation Disfavored. Specifically, I'm Sevius the Younger. Some folks can't keep track. The rank says Commander, but lately I'm just organizing patrols and trying to stay out of the way. You should talk to Iron Marshal if you've something official that needs discussing. What is it you need? Why do you think the Sage has been delayed?
The Sage?
Where the fuck is the Sage? I'm waiting on the Sage! Why do you think the siege is delayed for so long? Also, the oregano, where the fuck is it? Been looking everywhere for that oregano. Why do you think the siege is delayed for so long? Should have been over real quick and simple. The first cohort arrived in the valley and went right for the kill. But that was before we knew the Vendrian Guard had sages. And that water witch on their side. A bigger problem is the Scarlet Chorus. They eagerly conscript the Vendrian Guard, but I have no proof of this. But it seems they do very little to keep a watchful eye on these drafted tiersmen. They are often sent out on patrol, and we suspect that they use that opportunity to escape back to the Vendrian Guard.
Every chorus conscript has a choice. Life under Kairos or death under the enemy's boots. By all means, feel free to cut down those who choose the latter. We won't be offended.
Just so we don't mistake each other, I know what I'm saying carries an implication of treachery. I'm not making a formal accusation before Tunon's agent, just voicing my gut opinion on the matter. The two armies haven't worked together well in years. Why do you think that is? Come on, Binder. Seems like asking why beasts stink, or why Barrack stinks, because he's a shit churro. The disfavored are only too eager to deliver Kairos' peace to the tiers, while the Scarlet Chorus bring only mayhem in their wake. You can tell me the Voices of Narad has a plan, and I'll take your word for it. But the Chorus sure seems to blunder around, never moving with purpose as we do.
I wonder if we've been fighting the same war, soldier. I've seen Ash yank his precious soldiers away from more battles than he's won. If you want to call that progress, be my guest.
Unless we find a way to work as one, I fear that the Scarlet Chorus will step in front of Graven Ash's strategies at every turn. As far as I'm concerned, it seems like the Voices of Narad is here to amuse himself, while the rest of us are here to do our job. Tell me about yourself. Sorry, Binder. Even I know there's no law that can force me into small talk. If you want to make friends, bug someone else. I overheard you asking that Earthshaker where their reinforcements have gone. Is there a problem? I'm afraid so. Radix, the head of the Earthshakers, was supposed to arrive with a group of his most competent spellslingers to help break this stalemate. I don't know what's holding up their arrival, and that worries me. If you were at all inclined to lend a hand, we could use some arcane support on our side. I could lend a hand. Could you? I knew that Tunon's agent wouldn't fail us in a time of need. I'll mark the last known site of all Earthshaker reinforcements on your map. Good hunting, Fatebinder. Farewell.
Earthshaker reinforcements. Radix, leader of the Earthshakers, has been summoned from the Stone Sea to reinforce the Earthshakers already in the valley. However, there has been no sign of them since the valley was sealed. You agreed to investigate the last known location of these reinforcements and learn their fate. Go to the Northern Clearing. Travel to the Northern Clearing to search for the Earthshaker reinforcements. Okay. Good, good.
Welcome back, Fatebinder.
Sevius leans back and crosses his arms.
What is it you need?
Nothing.
Farewell.
Alright. Burst wants to talk to me about something. How did you do that? Burst looks at you with a quizzical expression.
Do what?
Back in the Archon's war tent, you cast an edict as casually as reading a supply shipment. How did you do that?
Well, I've done it before.
I don't know why I didn't realize it earlier. You proclaimed the Edict of Stone in Azure. Blighted the entire realm, all to destroy the rebellious Archon. Can't believe that was you. In the year 430, Cairn, Archon of Stone, denied Kairos' right to rule the Tiers. To punish the wayward Archon, you were chosen to proclaim Kairos' Edict of Stone. Though aimed at Cairn, the magic of the edict rippled through all the realm of Azure, fracturing the earth with tectonic upheaval. Cairn is long since subdued, but the Edict of Stone continues to slowly shift the landscape, and this ever-changing region is now known as the Stone Sea.
That was me, all right.
Well, call me surprised. Considering that you've read the words of Kairos more than once, I'm surprised that you're even alive to tell of it. Your vocal cords should have turned to ash by now. I'm not trying to make you feel uncomfortable. It's just worth recognizing what you've done. Not only are you Tunon's Fatebinder, you're the mouthpiece of the Overlord. Gives me plenty of reason to stick around. You're going places, and I want to see where they lead.
That's enough for now.
Alright, so next we will Shitchuro has nothing to say. Alright, it's time to talk to the Iron Marshal. Erenios. Iron Marshal Erenios. Gonna talk to Erenios. Got the Iron Marshal Erenios. Gonna talk to Erenios. That was a terrible, terrible song. Feel bad about it. She's got the burning shoulder pads and the fucking fancy helmet. She doesn't have a staff to pound into the ground, but that breastplate could certainly get pounded on by a gauntleted fist. Here we go. Erenios. Don't just cuddle the impact. Push back with your shield. Take the momentum. Iron Marshal Erenios, field commander of the Disfavored, pounds her fist in the air on the way to her breastplate as she calls out to the warriors on the training field. I set eyes on your opponent's waistline. If you spend more than a glance checking his footwork, you've lost. The Disfavored officer turns to you, adjusting her pale golden surcoat as she clears her throat. You need to stay on top of the troops or their skills will rust. It's for their own good, even if they don't believe it. Judging from her uniform, this is the Iron Marshal Erenios. Yeah, I already knew that. First among equals in the Iron Guard. Raven Ash's inner circle of trusted followers. Charged with being the duties of leadership, logistics, and training, there is rarely a quiet day for the second in command of the Disfavored Legion. She's kind of a big deal.
How are your warriors reacting to the edict?
Kairos' ultimatum has the camp on edge. Some with dread, but most are rife with anticipation. She points to the men sparring in the field. We have a lot of brothers and sisters to avenge, and the warriors are eager to take out some aggression. I, for one, choose to see the edict as a blessing, for it forces the generals to act, and we're long overdue.
It was mentioned you're short on warriors and need help. What's the situation?
I have brigades amassing along Placid, Echo Call, and Little Tooth crossings. The Vendrian Guard may be able to hold one bridge, but they cannot hold against a concerted, three-prong attack. I have no right to give you orders, but... Her words falter. A short cosh... A short what? A short cosh? That's not even a thing. A short cough breaking her flow. But we all died to Kairos' edict should we fail, so I'm not about to let my pride blind me to the value of good help.
The Disfavored need my help?
Trying to pour salt on my pride. We left Fort Resolution with 100 on 100, and there have been no reinforcements or reserves. I keep throwing warriors back into battle before they're properly rested. So yes, I need to rely on all our allies, especially since most of our allies are conscripted tiersmen. Worse than useless. A short cash cough. If the Disfavored didn't take every opportunity to insult the Scarlet Chorus, perhaps you'd find our help more forthcoming. Shut your snout, filthy mongrel! I love that line. Your snout. Shut your snout, filthy mongrel. I won't suffer childish japes in my camp. Hashtag no japes. Hashtag no jape zone. Hashtag no fucking jape zone. Hold on, what is this text message I just got? What? Okay, sure. That's not gonna happen. Let's see here.
She has a point. The Disfavored constantly mock the Scarlet Chorus.
The disfavored have history, pedigree, proper training. All the things these southern conscripts lack. We didn't train for decades to be peers and equals of these traitor tiersmen. We've lived lives of dedication to Kairos, and the chorus accepts any fickle coward too fearful to die by their convictions. What you're seeing here is disfavored bigotry at its finest. I'm somehow at fault because my country wasn't conquered before I was born. Forget that I chose Kairos. Forget that I chose the Scarlet Chorus. Forget that I chose to fight off rapists and killers to earn my place in the army, just for the disfavored to call me a worthless turncoat to my face. No one gave me a suit of armor that I could hide behind. No one issued me a sword and a measure of authority. I took everything that I have, and I fight every day to keep it. Fucking northern swine. Hashtag fucking northern swine. My frustration was aimed at those in the chorus who accept Kairos lightly. The disfavored commander withdraws a half pace. Like loyalty were some shifting breeze. What's the value of taking the crossing? We can't just march from here to the Citadel with the Vendrian Guard manning the riverbanks. Fording troops and supplies through even the narrowest points of the river makes us vulnerable to attack, especially since our armor wasn't built for swimming. She points north, toward the mountain spire looming on the horizon. If we can take the river, we have a clear march to the Citadel, and Ascension Hall will be ours in no time. This is the second major attack on the river, correct? What happened last time? Defeat in detail. We carved a bloody path up to the river, but at that point, everyone who charged ahead was lost. We had no chorus backup. It was just a few disfavored squads. I can't tell you exactly how they were defeated, but we lost the whole assault team. She shakes her head, letting out a long, pained sigh. We found bodies washing up in the river for days. It's not often the Tiersmen put up such a good fight. It certainly made us reevaluate the number we'll need to take this valley. Really? Are you sure our scouts didn't give you all sorts of details about the enemy, and you just chose to disregard our warnings? Sounds like your lack of caution is to blame, not the Scarlet Chorus. Lack of caution? My legion is my family. I do not play loosely with their lives. The only blame here is on the Oathbreakers. It is their intransigence that created this conflict in the first place. There's no need to blame your teeth, at least. I can hear them grinding from over here. I love when verse makes fun of people. Antagonizes people. What's my help worth to you? What's it worth? Arenios takes a half step back, placing her arms on her sides. You read the edict. If we don't take Ascension Hall, it's your sorry hide too. Do you need a bribe to care about your own survival? Apparently Subterfuge 32 is a thing I don't have, so I can't say anything clever here. I will assist. Then our plan just might work. The Iron Marshal lifts her gauntlet close to her face, and then pounds it on her breastplate, shifting her eyes from you to the metal articulations. We are loath to work with those who do not share our training and our values, but we know that Tunon the Adjudicator selects only the most capable minds for his court, and I trust you will honor us all on the field. Antio will be leading the charge at Echo Call Crossing. Assisting you will be Barrack of the Stone Shields. She points to a heavily armored soldier standing sentry at the edge of the training field, smelling of shit. Before you ask, no, the Forge-bound weren't sloshed on Dappleseed when they fitted his armor. He survived the full force of the Edict of Storms, and this armor doesn't exactly come off. Tactically, it's quite brilliant, but otherwise it's something of a curse. Tapping her helmet twice, Arenios signals to the hulking presence. Barrack, come meet the Fatebinder. The soldier that steps up to you better resembles an amalgamation of rusted blades and mismatched pieces of armor, fused into a vaguely human or churro-like shape. He reeks of sweat, feces, and whatever oil treatment keeps him flexible. He reeks of feces. He's a shit churro!
Fatebinder, the Iron Marshal has tasked me with keeping you alive, and I have no intention of disappointing her. That should be enough assurance for anyone.
Nod silently.
Beric, is that you under there? I had no idea you were in Vendrian's well. Fatebinder, do you know this walking anchor?
Just a minute. You two know each other?
No. Oh, that is to say, yes. I'm already as familiar with this ironclad halfwit as I care to be.
She regards Beric with a mixed look.
We don't have time to trade jabs today, Verse. After the siege, you can throw as many tantrums as you please. I suggest that we remain focused on the mission.
No offense to the mission, but seeing you looking like a garbage heap and reeking of a mass grave is more amusing by far. Did you forget how to don your armor, or did Graven Ash leave you out in the rain?
You talk about shit churros, TM. Yeah, exactly, scum save. Needs more Ancestry.com. Beric sighs, a frustrated growl shaking his iron enclosure of a suit. I know him as well as I knew anyone during the conquest.
That can change. When the tiers are fully under our command, I'll take you to whatever passes for a watering hole in this forsaken country. We'll drink the local swill to honor the fallen.
Sounds like a bro date.
Forget the Fallen. I know a great brothel in Lethian's Crossing where we can watch something rise, then fall, then rise again.
Scandalous. The Fatebinder will be joining us for the push across the river. I figured an extra hand might help. And more importantly, if my worries come true, and the chorus tries to impede the mission, we will have an observer from the court on our side.
It's just my luck that I'm assigned to one of Tunon's legal clerks. I'm sure you think the rules don't apply to you, but I'm counting on you working with me and my squad to stop these Oathbreakers.
Okay, whatever, Beric. I asked that Beric accompany you there to arbitrate the cooperation between his company and the Scarlet Chorus. Beric, you've been without a cohort since the last Battle of Stalwart. It's time we gave you a task more worthy than hauling wagons and leading training drills. She plants her hands on her hips and speaks in clipped official terms. Ash has assigned you to the Fatebinder's service. You're to assume this task is ongoing until we find a more permanent spot for you, which could very well mean the swiftly approaching end of the war, or when the Fatebinder dismisses you. Is that understood? Beric regards the Iron Marshal in oppressive silence. That's an order, Beric. She shakes her head and sighs, returning her focus to you. He can be as stubborn as pulling a spire out of the earth, but he's a good soldier. I hope you don't mind the company. I do mind, but I'll allow it anyway. No, my character wouldn't say that. Not number 2. I'd rather travel on my own. Trades a glance with Beric before refocusing on you. Respectfully, I don't think you fully understand. Beric is here for your protection. We're not letting Tunon's chosen agent die on our watch. He can come along. Just stay out of my way. Excellent. I look forward to your success in the field. Battle of Echo Call Crossing. Meet with Antio at Echo Call Crossing. Antio and his company of soldiers are moving to break the opposition blockade at Echo Call Crossing. You have been dispatched to find Antio and assist as necessary. Barracks level 2. Alright, so I need to think about how I'm going to spec Beric, since I'm going to use him as I guess my main tank. Does he have anything? I feel like Barracks can get his ass kicked. Training ground is good though. Oh, stand is nice. Gotta have Clash of Iron first. But like, in terms of... I was gonna make him my subterfuge guy, but he's only got 17 fucking subterfuge. He's not gonna be my subterfuge guy. Not. I guess I'll go into Vitality for him. He's not gonna have armor deflection no matter what, right? Finesse and wits. Quickness and wits. I guess I'll go deep in Vitality with him. He has no crush armor. It's terrible. He has unremovable armor that won't let him get deflection, that guards him nothing against crush or fire. It's not really that much armor in the first place. His defenses are pretty mediocre. He can't get a thing like Verse can where he uses one defense for both things, so he's going to have to raise his dodge and his parry separately, and they're both kind of crappy. He's just kind of jank, honestly. And he can't equip stuff because his armor's unremovable. Fucking Barrack. Got some Marshberry. 20 dodge, 4 quickness, 25% move speed. Alright, fine. Let's give him some more potions. Alright. Bruce, Barrack. Let's see if we can get any free training off these guys. I don't want to do the whole conversations with them.
At your service, Fatebinder.
She bows with an added
What do you need?
flourish. You learned a thing or two about fighting in the Scarlet Chorus. Care to duel?
That would be an understatement, and I thought you'd never ask. Since you're obviously at a huge disadvantage, I'll let you pick our weapon of choice.
Let's try dual-wielding knives.
Exotic. Good choice. I'll leave you to guess which one is my dominant hand.
Burst slashes and parries with unrestrained ferocity. At times it becomes difficult to follow her movements. After taking more than a few cuts, you learn to relax your eyes and better follow the subtle motion of her dance.
You held your own. Call me impressed. Need anything else, or did I tire you out?
We'll talk again later.
Fatebinder, you look like you need to talk.
Beric nods to you.
What can I do for you?
How do I get him to teach me something? You seem like a more than capable fighter. I trained with the spear and shield in my youth, but gave it up the day I earned disfavored iron. I can still throw with some accuracy, but it's a challenge these days. He knocks twice on his helmet. Why? Were you interested in a sparring session? Show me how a northerner would impale a wild boar. Oh, not enough reputation. Take no offense from this, but I would prefer to keep my fighting techniques private for the time being. They are as personal to me as family secrets. Farewell. Fine. I can get 5 ranks of two-handed from him with that dialogue option, but not until I get more. The edict draws near. Preparations are almost complete, but we aren't moving fast enough. Hey! She looks past you, yelling at a soldier far afield. I said round up those javelins, not a suggestion! She folds her arms, looking at you expectantly. Who's the strongest warrior in your cohort? Modesty demands I admit myself, but if I had to form the Legion into one giant phalanx, I'd have Sevius the Younger and Beric take the corners. Sevius has been at this since before I was born. And Beric, well... She hesitates. Well, what? I'm neither deaf nor fragile. Say what you were going to say. I was going to say that you're perhaps one of the best warriors in the outfit, but good luck getting you to wear your regulation uniform. You're a good soldier, Beric, but you know you're a pain in my ass. I'm honored to be assigned one of your finest. Huh? Loyalty with Beric. The honor is mine. When this campaign is over, I hope you'll accompany me in hanging more Vendrian savages along the road. Think of the stories we'll have to trade. What is your role in the Disfavored? I'm commander of the Iron Guard, swordmaster of the Disfavored, and captain of the Third Boreal Company. Her voice booms loudly as her titles roll off her tongue. Commander of the Iron Guard. Doesn't that make you second in command next to Ash? That I am. She folds her arms. But I view it a very, very distant second, and I have no plans to outlive the immortal Graven Ash. So while by tradition I am executor, or I suppose executrix of the Legion, I hope never to act on that sacred duty. Don't worry, you'll be dead long before Graven Ash. Make no mistake, Graven Ash is the mind of the Disfavored. I am but his right hand, a student to his military genius. Where have you seen battle? Let's see. Gates of Judgment, Bastard City, quick jaunt through parts of Haven, then on to Stalwart. She looks up at you with a shrug. And finally here, Vendrian's Well. Quite a tour it's been. Wow. Suddenly reading is getting really difficult for some reason. Quite a tour it's been. Back to my previous questions. What can you tell me about Ascension Hall? Kairos' edict is directing us to take Ascension Hall. That's what the locals call the inner sanctum of the Citadel, built at the base of the mountain spire. She points east toward the narrow vertical line of stone that rises above all other points in the horizon. It's also the base camp for the Vendrian Guard, so taking Ascension Hall has always been one of our objectives in putting down this insurrection. But now, we have a life or death reason to make that Citadel our one and only focus. Farewell. Alright. I think we're about ready to Sevius. Bevius. Well, if it isn't the Fatebinder, what can we do for you? Let's see about some training. I think parry would be good for him. Boom. Ask her about her brazier shoulder pads. I know, right, Scum Save? How do I get some burning shoulder pads besides playing World of Warcraft? Heyo. Gain 20 parry and lose 18 dodge. I want to try to keep his parry and dodge roughly equal to each other, but that probably won't be a real thing that I'm able to do. Like right now his dodge is ahead, but only because his shield gives him so much dodge. Parry's probably more important, because he's probably going to be more often tanking actual melee people, but we'll see. Alright, I think I'm ready. Go to the Scarlet Chorus camp. Sanford and Son. Yes! Yes, Nox. Don't even ask me why I'm humming the theme song for Sanford and Son while I'm streaming this, because I truly do not know why. But, you know, that's how I roll.
Good thing I keep a torsion wrench handy.
That's how I do. Seriously, Josiah? Seriously, Josiah? Junkyard vibes. Alright, let's talk about our little formation here. Formation 1. Barrack in the front. And the two of us back here like this and this. Also, quick save. I have 8 days. The Kairos Day of Swords. Alright, let's find out how long this is gonna take. Oh, I can't even set his colors. Okay, that's right. Can't even set his colors. Scarlet Chorus camp time. The Scarlet Chorus have taken residence within the decayed walls of an old fortress. It is currently the base of operations for the Voices of Nerat's campaign in the valley. Ambush! Your path is blocked by a small group of Vendrian Guard. You can go no farther until you deal with them. Alright, I ain't here to fuck around and be all like, oh, let's be friendly with Ab. Yay, Vendrian Guard, let's be buddies. Not like last time. Oh, hell no. This time, it's gonna go a little bit differently. Go a little bit differently. Yes, it is. A lot differently, actually. Last time I was all trying to kiss ass to the rebels because I wanted to join the rebels, and I did join the rebels. But this time, die rebels die. Die, die, die. Unlock new barrack colors by collecting spray paint. Just like in fucking Mad Max.
That's far enough, Fatebinder.
A woman's voice booms from atop a nearby outcropping. Flashes of aquamarine body paint peek out from under her loose-fitting traveler's garb, and her outfit is festooned in braids and knots of sailor's line. Flanked on either side by warriors dressed in Vendrian Guard regalia, the woman leans on an elaborate bladed staff pulsing with arcane energy. A swath of blue fabric rests draped over her arm. Body paint, braided adornments, and stylized staff mark this woman as a Tidecaster, one of the southern mage schools you encountered in 429 TR during the first campaign in Vendrian's Well. The School of Tides was once a powerful sect of mages with mastery over water and command of the moon's arcane light. The majority of the elders of the school fled in 426, fearing Kairos' coming conquest, and of the few that remained, nearly all were slain or imprisoned by the voices of Nerat. The blue flag is a symbol of diplomacy and truce recognized across most of the known world, and it is a custom the Tearsmen hold dear. To harm another person under the auspices of a blue flag is a grave offense. In both the Tears and in Kairos' empire, the customary punishment is death. Oh, play along with the rebels and then attack when they bring you for the meeting in the grove? That would be actually really cool. Why? I didn't want to hear that damn horn this time. Oh, God. That'd be beautiful.
Tunon sends us the Queenslayer. The old judge has a sense of humor, I'll give him that.
Major fear already.
You don't know me, but you knew my masters in their final days. I'm told that you and Binder Rogalis arranged for them to die in battle, rather than be fed to the voices of Nerat. A proper duel means something to my people. Thank you for giving my loved ones honor in their final moments.
Okay, so this time we made the opposite choice of what to do with the mages, and she likes it a lot. The other thing she was super mad about, and this she liked a whole lot. This woman is dressed in the same fashion as the Tidecasters, the mages you encountered in 429 TR during the first campaign in Vendrian's Well. When you gave Cairn permission to destroy the Tidecasters, most agreed the battle would send a demoralizing message to the rest of the tiers, correctly guessing the fight would be a one-sided affair given Cairn's power and resilience. The Archon of Stone reported that the old Tidecasters fight with Prod and Violar. Words are just mashing together in my head. I can't stop them. They're bleeding together. Who spilled Kool-Aid on this parchment? The old Tidecasters fought with pride and valor, most destroyed by the catastrophic damage of their own desperate final spells. So she's happy about that.
In accordance with ancient customs north and south, I offer and request a delay of blade. There are matters we must discuss without fear of reprisal.
The woman bows deeply, lowering her head in a practiced display of etiquette. The warriors by her remain in a ready stance, their nerves clearly on edge. Oh! Clear silently time. The old Tardcasters? No. They cast spells from a TARDIS. They travel around through time. It looks like a phone booth, but really it's a time machine. They're TARDIS casters. Clear silently. Hell yes.
I am Ebb of the School of Tides, and today I speak on behalf of the Vendrian Guard.
I advise caution, Fatebinder. Only thing more dangerous than a Tearsman is an educated one.
Metal articulations groan as he tries to subtly move his hand toward his blade. In that case, let's deal with this troublesome gnat!
So much for words. Slay this cantankerous twat.
Wow, now I gotta be a cantankerous twat. That's just rude. The woman pounds her staff to the ground with one hand, while furiously signing magical gestures with the other. A heavy mist spills forth from her hand. The translucent fog quickly thickens into an opaque wall. The Vendrian Guard warriors burst forth from the mist, weapons drawn, but the Tidecaster is nowhere to be seen. Okay, Kadak. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Why is he in the back?
I am a Kylo, face my eye!
You got it.
None stand in our way!
Bruce is already getting fucking wrecked. Let's try my flurry of blows. That worked out well.
Can't do that.
Count on it. I'll tear your skeleton out by your ass.
Got him. Got him. Got some broken armor. Victory is ours.
Right.
Right. Oh,
What
found some
have
hidden
we
shit.
here?
Blood moss, a lesser healing potion.
Can't do that.
Can't do that. Your bell. You can make out the faintest outline of a soldier's arm in the bottom of this pond, a victim of a previous battle in the area.
Can't do that.
You know, in this playthrough, I'm going to be stomping all over traps. Grasslands of the Tears stretch far throughout the land. Much of it remains uninhabited and unclaimed by any faction.
I'll stay downwind of our enemies. On the lookout. Can't do that. Moving cautiously.
All right. Well, so much for Eb. I mean, she got away, but she's not probably very happy that we killed her people. Oh, they'll let you kill Eb later. You can definitely kill her later. Finish our journey to the Scarlet Chorus camp. Who will Kills and Shadow rut with in Rutmate Slaughter? Got a good question there, Nox. A very good question. Okay, in our next episode, we will go forth into the Scarlet Chorus camp and look around and talk to people and do all that good stuff. But that is going to do it for this one. If you're watching the stream, I'm not done playing. I'm going to keep on going. But if you're watching on YouTube, that's the end of this episode. So thank you for watching. This has been Josiah Plays Tyranny, second playthrough.